Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode of the MRS project, I'm going to be re-sleeving the engine harness. The old one was just, aside from being super dirty, a lot of the shielding was kind of brittle, was wearing away, so I figured I'd both make it a little safer and clean it up quite a bit. I'll be sure to put links to the various products and tools that I used in the description, like usual. This is the first of many of the While It's Out mini series of the series. Enjoy.
Wire harness. Look at all these wires. If only they just looked a little nicer. As you can see, I have all of these labeled as I labeled them before taking them off the car, and then some, they're just kind of obvious what they are, so I labeled those afterwards. Some of these don't have labels, but where they are in the harness, there's only one thing that they could plug into. Today, I'm going to be re-sleeving the wires. I'm not redoing any wires except for the fuel injector connectors, because I'm upgrading those to Fuel Injector Clinic 650cc injectors. These were the old Haas white injectors that were supposed to be 480cc or something. They ended up being about 440 or 460. Figure while I'm doing all this, why not just add more to it, right? I've already done some prep and cleaned a lot of the wiring harness. You can see on the table, like there's some dirt and some whatever grease. As you've seen throughout the whole process, this was messy. These are the pieces that were attached to it. This goes to the coils, 3 of the 4. The number 4 actually comes out right before. It goes into this little plastic piece that gets screwed down. Right here where these wires are exposed, it's like a T shape, and that's what this goes back onto. I'm just, I did some pre-work with cleaning and removing this. I'm going to be doing some more removal, but I figured it'd be best to remove as I went. And I'm going to start with the sort of smallest wires, like just 1 and 2 first. Like these are the little ones. I'm going to start there with the smaller loom and then work my way into the bigger ones. I'm also using Tessa tape. This is for automotive appliances. All the stuff I'm using is meant for automotive projects, and it's meant to go in the engine bay. There are cheaper products you can buy, but they won't necessarily have the chemical or heat protection that you're going to have with stuff that's actually meant to be in the engine bay. And holy shit. So not only am I dealing with I don't know if you can see that snake just hauling ass over there, but yeah. So yeah, where I live, it's snakes and lizards and other things that go bump in the night. Anyway, a lot of this may be montagey and just sped up, just because there's only so many ways you can kind of remove stuff, clean, put a new thing on, tape. I'll probably do a couple of them real time, and then the rest will be sped up. And I'm wearing gloves, because it's what you do when you're big time like this, doing something in your garage, because you're not actually a professional. Anyway, let's get started. When you're going to re-sleeve a harness, you're going to need a few basic things. 1, some new loom to sleeve it with. I went with some split loom that is meant for use in an engine bay. It's high temp resistant, chemical resistant. I'm also using Tessa tape at the ends of that. I've got a lighter to be able to kind of singe the ends of the loom, a sharp utility knife. You're going to need the harness itself that you're going to re-loom, obviously, and that's about it. We're going to start with injector number 1. That's the furthest along in the thing. So I'm going to basically snip the wires here, take this one off, put this one on. Let's go ahead and get these snipped. And when you're doing the injectors, or if you're rewiring these, you're going to notice there's coloring on each of the, the wires are colored differently, mostly. Every one of them has a black and red. That's just a shared feed. And then there's a control wire, which is going to be the different color. So on these injectors, attaching the black to the black and red, and the red to whichever color the control wire is. Going to keep that consistent throughout, and that should be the right way to go. And if not, well, that'll be one random thing that I'll struggle to figure out what's going wrong when this thing doesn't start and I go to put it back together. Use my nice little vice grip automatic wire strippers here. These things are pretty sweet. Like, just having a good tool really makes the whole process that much nicer. Let me go ahead and just do one, like start to finish. You gotta burn it so it doesn't fray on you. This tape likes to stick to itself. Start a little bit on the wire. That was terrible. Also, it's not that easy to do with gloves on. So this holds it in place so that way when I'm looming the rest of it up, I'll know where they need to break out. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and we'll get started with the next part. It's always good to have a little like throwaway trash bin thing. I'm gonna bring them all the sleeving, the new sleeving, to right here, and then I'll combine those. And this is just like doing these. If you notice, I didn't do this just yet because I'm just kind of wanted to show the one whole process while I was doing it. I'm gonna do these as I get to that section. Hopefully I don't run out of this size. Oh, and when you're melting it, sometimes it likes to stick together, so you just got to break that apart a little bit when you're doing it. And this may seem like, why are you covering that one? It's just one wire. Well, it had some kind of shielding on it before, so. And all this stuff is towards the firewall anyway, so I doubt anyone will even see these. But I'll know they're there. And you'll know. One of the few people that are watching the video. I'm going to stop the recording, but basically the rest is going to be like this. Once I do something different, I'll start it up again. See, I got about half, a little more than halfway done. The main trick to it is you start with the smaller ones and you go up and secure, and then you put the other one over that and go up and secure, kind of like a big tree. That way it looks all nice and finished. All these yellow things are my labels for where everything goes. I did decide to order a new plug. This one was broken. This is the ignition noise filter plug. So that'll come, and then this wire will go into the new plug. These were in a lot worse shape. These aren't too bad. Like, this one's missing some stuff. So is this one over here. And here you can see the wiring harness in all its glory. If anything doesn't look super pristine, then, well, I just didn't do it that great. But otherwise, I actually think it came out really nice. Like I said, the ignition, the noise filter, I got a new connector on order. That one, I don't know if it got broken when I was taking the engine out or something, but it needs a new one. Like I said, I didn't really do much on the inside. This is fairly stock. I did just sleeve the two pieces going to the ECU because, I don't know, it at least lets me know which two are for the engine harness versus the body harness. I don't know. It's not that necessary, but it's kind of cool.
As you can see, it's not really that hard. It's just really, really tedious. The only real modifications I did was changing out the fuel injector harnesses. That's because I upgraded the fuel injectors. That's one of many of the various things I decided to change. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.